Hello, and welcome back to the soon-to-be world-famous Home Fake Practice Casino. I am Brad. Sorry, I'm not turning my back on any fans. I wanted to show the new merchandise. It has the back and the front. Brad Casino, 428.
Let me get the logo. There you go.
I have two shirts. I'm only wearing one. These will be my production shirts. Welcome back to the Home Fake Practice Casino for fun, educational, entertainment purposes only. It's almost 3 o'clock on Friday. I hope everyone is going to have a nice, fun, profitable, exciting weekend. Yesterday, I took my beautiful wife and manager out for breakfast at a local casino. It was more for breakfast, no gambling or anything like that. Well, Brad, why do you have cards out? Well, as all my loyal fans know, I can watch blackjack. I don't have to play. We went to breakfast kind of early. Honestly, there was at the local casino, there was no tables open. No big deal. We were there for breakfast. We have a nice little breakfast, and breakfast was over, and there was a table open. It was a $5 table, which is fine. Most beginners, new, amateurs, whatever, uneducated doofuses play or start at a $5 table. In all honesty, and I'm honest in my videos, and I'm honest with my fans out there, I started at a $5 table too. Eventually, hopefully you learn everything you're supposed to learn, and you maybe go to a 10, and then a 15, and I'm not telling you to go to a 25 or a 50. If you're comfortable doing that, great. But there was a table open after breakfast. I gave the wife some money to go play some slots, and I'm just watching. Now again, I'll say this again. This is a $5 table where most people, and if you already play there and you think I'm specifically talking about you, I apologize, because you could be at a $5 table and know what you're doing. Totally could happen, no doubt. But odds are you're going to have newbies or inexperienced young people, or just a whole list of things on the negative side for this $5 table. So I'm watching, because I will never... The only way I would play at a $5 table if I was by myself, honestly. And then maybe someone will sit down, I'd have to see how they play, and then go from there. Maybe I get up and leave or not. I think, I remember when Hulk Hogan was in the ring and he was going to say, I was going to come out here and say, I hope Hulkamania lives forever. But by the way the crowd was and cheering him and yelling for him, he says, I now know, no longer hope, I now know Hulkamania will live forever. And in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of figured there's the occasional doofus out there, uneducated doofus. Everyone's learning at some point. I was learning too 30 years, I'm 46. So what, like 27, 28 years ago, I was learning from my dad. I thought the world needed more people like me in terms of teaching, even though no one's going to agree with me 100%. After going to the casino yesterday morning and seeing just this one table, it wasn't one table, one $5 table. I thought the world needed more people like me. But after yesterday, I know the world needs more people like me, teaching, educating, and hopefully more people out there learning and following about what to do. I think, ladies and gentlemen, and I do try to be respectful, but I think I met, and you've seen my videos, I've done some dumb scenarios that I've seen, and I'm not calling that player the dumbest I ever saw. I may have been the dumbest scenario, like doubling down on a 12. I did that one recently. But yesterday, I think I watched and encountered the dumbest blackjack player I have ever seen to this date on Friday at 3 o'clock. But this was yesterday morning. These are two separate scenarios. This is one. This is another. I'll cover everything, don't worry, as I usually do. And I'm not exaggerating here. It's one thing to do something every now and again. This guy split 20 Every single time he had it. Let me say that again. He had 20 sometimes. You don't get 20s all the time. Nobody does. Every single time he had 20, he split them. Now, occasionally it did work. And I'm not talking about, oh, if the true count is... I don't do true count crap. I don't do any of that. If the dealer was showing a 2 to a 6... Now, this 7 right now is for this hand. But if the dealer was showing a 2 to a 6... it's still wrong, but it can work out because the dealer can bust and you could do the wrong thing and win. That's blackjack. The funny thing to me was he would get another picture and he didn't split again. Like, okay, maybe he's just trying to win double. I don't know. Sometimes it did work out once, one hand or both, because you can get a nice card or get a 3 or a 4. But again, every 20 he split. 2 to a 6, it's still wrong, but it could work out because the dealer could bust. This uneducated doofus was doing it when the dealer was showing a high card. Like, you have 20 against a picture, leave well enough alone. He was splitting 20s, and pretty much every time it was against a high card, he lost double. If it was a lower card, 2 to a 6, maybe the dealer busted, but it was just ridiculous. But then it really leads me to this scenario. I've always said the dumbest thing I ever saw, pretty much, with a double down was doubling on an 8. And basic strategy, the barrister, myself, stop doubling your 8s and probably even your 9s. This hand, from the same uneducated doofus, this guy's going to get the Burger King crown, or champion of uneducated doofuses. He has a 6, deuce and a 4, against the 7. Okay. Can't split them because they're not like values. So I'm thinking, okay, you hit. You get a picture, that's helpful, but now you have 16, you probably got to hit again. The best card, I guess, is an ace, or you maybe in a way you're looking for the lower card first, like a 2, 3, 4, or 5, and then get the big card. Like, okay. He has 6 against the 7. This uneducated king of the doofuses, doofi, whatever. Oh my God. And again, I know it's a $5 table. Brad, what else do you expect at a $5 table? He doubled down. He doubled a 6, which is horrible enough. If you get a 2, 3, 4, 5, you have to stop. Doubling down, one card only. Even if you got a picture, is 16. If the dealer has a 10 or higher, you lose. I don't know what this guy was thinking. I'm assuming he was not taught. And I don't have the deck rigged for anything. He did... I think he did get a picture, to be honest. And I said to myself, if the dealer has a 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace, he loses anyway. And sure enough... Oh man, you had a 10 under there, however he said it, whatever. And I felt like saying, sir, what did you think he was going to have? You play like it's a 10 underneath, even though it's not always a 10. So this innocent little trip, just for breakfast, ended up being, thank you for the uneducated doofuses out there that give me material. And it was funny, some other people sat down and a guy saw me watching. He's like, oh, so you like blackjack? I just see you watching, but you're not playing. Do you play? I said, yeah, I play blackjack. I love blackjack, playing or watching. And I didn't mean to laugh in his face, forgive me. He said, why aren't you sitting down and playing? I chuckled because, valid question. I said, it's a $5 table. I will never play at a $5 table unless I know I'm by myself. This person is the reason I make these videos. I didn't realize there's that much dumbassery going on in the blackjack world. And if my wife and I didn't go, or I just didn't happen to watch, I wouldn't have seen this. And please don't think I doubled down on a 6. Now again, if they were showing a 5 or a 6, they could bust. It's still absolutely ridiculous. But you've heard me talk about margin for error. If the dealer has a bust card, your margin for error is pretty big. Now, a 7 isn't exactly scary, but you don't double a 6 against a 7. Please do not be an uneducated doofus. Please follow me. If you know your friends, family, loved ones, coworkers, you're interested in blackjack, I'm the guy to follow. I'm 95% basic strategy. There's a couple of little scenarios. I just think it's too risky to do certain things. I've covered this. Please watch my videos and enjoy. I just can't believe I watched this moron yesterday, and no surprise, he lost all his money. May the cards fall your way, and good luck out there.